Hey guys, welcome back to Safe Haven Valley Railroad. Tonight we're going to just go over a technique on cleaning your locomotive wheels and even in some cases your rolling stock wheels. And then I'm going to try to get these two locomotives to run. These are in scale. This is what they call a tidy track. As you can see, it's got a power supply which connects to your controller, so you can go back and forth. It's got some tracks here to give it power, so you can move your locomotive back and forth. This is called tidy track, and it's from Woodland Scenic. It's a roto wheel cleaner. It's quickly clean all wheels at once. Works for locomotives and rolling stock. Won't scratch wheels. Power from transformer or track. And I paid $27 for the in scale, and I paid $30 for the HO scale. Now, the only pain in the butt that this has is, if you can see them in there, there is white pads for cleaning, and there are the abrasive pads, which I have on here, that do the breakup for the dirt. I recommend, I will eventually get another set of HO and N-scale tracks. The reason why is because these have adhesive to the back, and you use them till they're beat up, and then you get rid of them, and then you replace them. So what I'm going to do is the adhesive goes away faster than the use of these, depending on how heavy you clean your wheels. So I will have two N-scale ones, one for cleaning the wheels off with the I got my HO ones here. This is basically what it is. Just a micro pad is all it is. And it just lays down on either side of the track, and it catches the wheels and the dirt and all that. I'm going to have one of these for HO and N scale, and it just makes it a whole lot easier, because instead of pulling these in and out to clean and all that, and that's the only downside to these. You got to pull them out and do that kind of thing for cleaning. There are other ways, but if you are wanting to do all your wheels at once, this is a way to do it. I've seen people use rubbing alcohol and just lay it right on the track and run their train over it. I guess that works. I never tried it. Can't testify to that. But this is one sure way you can get away with using any cleaners or anything like that. This will break it up and wipe off any of the dirt. And you can also use the fiberglass pencil. That works too. Like I said, there's lots of ways you can clean your locomotive wheels. This is just one way that I happen to own. So I'm going to try my best at getting it to show how it works on in scale, and it works comparable to the HO scale size. It's just bigger, and in fact, see if I can get a comparison here. Here we go. This is the N scale, and this is the HO. I'm going to try to get a couple of trains to roll. First, I'm going to do these two in scale, and then I'm going to run into maybe getting a HO scale and see if we can just see if they have power and maybe clean their wheels how well they perform. I got a couple that have been sitting for a long time, just trying to see if I can get power to them, that kind of thing. I don't have a track to run these on, so this is my only means to get power to them to see how well they will perform. Now, how well they perform as far as receiving power here will tell me approximately how well they should be performing on the main track, on a layout. All of these that I'm testing will need to be gone through lubricating, grease, gears, just to update all that stuff. So let's just go ahead and start with the N scale, which I have set up right now. And let's check out this Santa Fe unit, which came with my set that I did a while back. And the idea of this is just to set it on the track. This just barely fits, but it does work. You don't want to go full throttle. Just enough. And I just move the directional angle forward. So this actually has pretty good spunk to it. I can turn it all the way full blast, but you don't want to do that. It's not recommended. You just run it back and forth. This is just a good way to see the functionality. Is it responding and not responding? It's responding pretty good, so that tells me there is good power, good pickup, and all that to the track. If you don't have, this is what I do if I have to clean the wheels. I just kind of lightly sit there, a little bit more high power, let the bristles do their thing, and then let it do its thing. Obviously, this is full power, but I'm gonna turn it down to 50. I will never run my trains full throttle. There's no reason for it. So this will be gone through, but this has been sitting for quite a while. It came from an estate. So this one works pretty good right out of the box. Let's look at the bottom here. See if we can get a zoom in on this. Those wheels don't look too bad. So we're going to be opening this up at some point. Just going through it. I now know it works. There has been gunk on here. I've never put a power to it. So if you look at those gears, they're looking a little bit dry. Looks like there's hair in there. It's going to need to be gone through on that one. Now, so this other one, it has the tender. It has the tender, but I'm not running the tender. Okay, sorry about that. My phone decided to cut out. So anyway, I have the tender to this, but I don't need to use the tender. It's locomotive 6. It is a West Germany locomotive. Kind of hard to tell without really zooming in. It is Arnold. It's an Arnold. It was a W-Germany, which is a nice little locomotive. I've seen one of these on there. I've never cleaned these, so I am looking at the back of the motor here, and I'm seeing a little bit of wear and rust. A little bit of dust came out of that, so we'll see how it performs. Okay, so let's throw this little unit on here and see what we can do with it. These are supposed to be in a lot, so where they have been sitting. Well, obviously. There you go. Not bad for sitting for a long time. There is a little bit of spark coming off of the wheels. That will go away once I go through this locomotive and lube up the wheels and clean up the inside on the motor and commutator. But this thing shows a lot of power just right on here. I mean, as I do this, it's cleaning the wheels and it's just getting more and more responsive. This doesn't really exactly sit on it. Sits on it, but the way it sits, it prevents it from actually fully sitting on it because of the way the wheelbase is. But it does the job. Then once I get done with this, I would take it over and put it on my pad one and let it just kind of gram up all the stuff off of that. So that's pretty much what I do when on these to clean them. I also use a fiberglass pencil does the same, and all that. That's just the N scale stuff. Let me see if I can pull out one of my N scale or HO scale real quick and see if I can plug that in. Okay, see if I can't get this thing to run. I have never seen this run either. This is my daylight that I'm pulling out of the wrapper. So I'm going to take this, put this in the back, plug it in, and here. Bring my daylight up here and see if I've never used as you hear that. Okay, this has been sitting, and I'm telling you right now, the reason why I'm going to stop is because right here it's binding, it needs to be lubricated. And it needs to be serviced. You cannot really see it. I'm going to try to zoom in and show you also what's going on here. Watch this wheel. See how bad that is? it's just free. It's kind of really loose. I'm not really certain what's going on with it, but hey, there's a lot. See that there's something that's got to be fixed on that. That's not normal, which is causing all that. There's that. These wheels are like really loose, so this locomotive is gonna have to be pulled apart and checked into. So yeah, look at that. Those wheels just came off. Just like that. Let me back this out. See, that all those wheels just came off. So there's probably a cracked or something in there. So I'm gonna have to take my time and go back through and just get them all in there where they're supposed to be. I don't know a lot about this particular locomotive, but obviously there's a problem there, and I'm going to take care of that. But that's kind of what you got to do with these. Is I put them on there and clean them. It was receiving power. It was trying to move, but I think the wheels that came off were causing it to have issues. So at least I am glad it wasn't on the track and it did that. Now, B car, the tender is not powered. Okay, so what we're going to do next is I want to check one other unit before we call it a night. Okay, that's a shell. That's a shell. This is a unit. That's a shell. This is a Baltimore, Ohio. I might have another one too. So this is missing its wheel trucks. This one is not even moving full power. There you go. This is I have several of these Baltimore, so this may be a parts thing for me, but it's also a runner, so. Let's slow the power down and see what we get on this. I'm not going to be able to get anything really out of this. I have it, that's 20, 30. I hear the motor fluctuating in power at 30, 40. It's trying 60. At 70, it's trying to pick up. I think, I'll take this out of the here. Yeah. There's a traction tire on the front two trucks here. So I'll get this front traction tire is gone. This one's here, but it's very bad. And these are also very bad on the back one. As you see, it does run. So when I go through this whole locomotive, I'm going to have to go through and just clean up these wheels, stuff like that. But while we have it, let's pop the shell off real quick. See if we can't pop it off. And see what kind of condition this is in. Oh, come on. Don't have my tool with me. Darn it. Getting creative here. So I want to see what's underneath this and really kind of what we're going to get into later down the road. All right, let's see if we can pop this off. Come on, dang it. Don't be a... Okay. Try this side first. I have a tool that helps me do this, but it's in my stuff and my daughter's asleep and I don't want to go digging through it. So I think found an old hair clip in here. See if this will help us let it get off of here. Dang. Well, guys, this thing is in there. I'm going to have to find a way to get that out without breaking this locomotive shell. The shell's in pretty good shape. Every staircase is intact. I mean, you got the front one right there. It's all good. That one's all good. This one's... Well, I took that back. This back one's been repaired right here, but it's still there. You got this one here. And this one looks like it's red, and it's this one's been re-glued on. Not a very good job, but it was re-glued. And I'm trying to figure out why this darn thing is so hard on wanting to come out of its shell. So I'm gonna hold off on trying to get this one to come out, but it runs. It's got to get a full service on it and whatnot, so I'm not gonna push my luck on that one. But let's see, do I have another one in here? Yes, I do have another that I will run real quick, and then we'll call it a night. Actually, no, I will not run this one. I do not have the wheels for it. So, but I am going to just put it on there just for kicks. This one does not have front wheels. It's just the back, and I'm just going to see if it will even kick anything. Not even picking up power off of these wheels. It's got one traction tire on there. It's got a traction tire on that wheel. That's it. Not certain. This might be a front power wheel, a model where everything comes off the front and the back just picks up power, but I'm not even. So yeah, I'm not getting anything on that. So, but anyway, I've served my purpose for tonight. I've introduced you to Tidy Track. Tidy Track is a all-wheel cleaner tool. It is something that I use for my locomotives. As you can see, I put it on here. And it runs back and forth over it, and it cleans it. These wheels are spinning because they need traction, but it's actually moving itself and all that, so it's doing pretty good. That's my video tonight, guys. Again, you can get these from Woodland Scenics. It's a Tidy Track. You put the whole car on, locomotive on there. You can put your rolling stock on there. You can clean them all up. It's just one of several ways out there to clean your locomotive wheels and your rolling stock wheels. I know guys that just put a towel down with alcohol wipe on it and run it back and forth in place and clean them that way too. I guess it works. I've never done it. But you know, this is just another way to keep chemicals away from locomotives as much as possible. I really don't like using alcohol or anything near my locomotives if I don't have to. So fiber optic, pencil, and this is my two chosen options. Keeping moisture off the track and off my locomotive as much as possible, with the exception of lubricating my locomotive with the grease and oils from Labelle. That's the only thing that's liquid or come close to liquid that I will put on my locomotives or around my locomotives, just by preference. So again, you want an all-in-one that cleans your wheels. This is the way to go. I recommend it. It's called Tidy Track from Woodland Scenics. You can probably find them on eBay. You can probably find it on Amazon. And depending on how stocked your local shop is, probably your local hobby store. But guaranteed, it's it's a must in my book. But you're guaranteed to find them at Woodland Scenics because it's their product. These are just the locomotives I have on hand. I have more, and this is the way I test them, kind of see how they go. Eventually I'll have my test track, but for now this just lets me see them. It gives me a percentage to kind of go with as far as what's going on with it, how well it will run on the track, based on how it responds on here. So, I mean, as you see, this thing here is responding pretty good, but it needs new tire, traction tires. It needs to be serviced, gone through, relubricated and oiled. The same thing that goes with this German engine. It needs everything. So, with that, guys, we're going to call it a night. Just wanted to get on and show you my new setup. I've had it a while, but I have been waiting to do a video, and now I've been able to do a video on it. That's how this is just another way you can clean your train tires and wheels and get all that yucky stuff off of there without using liquid chemicals to do so. I still recommend the track cleaner. It's good stuff, but over time you pick up stuff on your wheels and you need to clean them properly. This will abrasive them off, and then you use the fabric ones that are like I showed you. These strips, it will absorb all the gunk, so they don't go back onto your train wheels. These little things are not designed to run full bore. They're just designed to have enough power for them to move back and forth and just break up whatever's on your locomotive wheels or rolling stock wheels. And then you put them on the other one, and it just wipes it all off. With that, we're going to call it a night. I was glad to be able to share this with you guys, and kind of give you guys an eye-opener for another product out there to clean your tires and wheels and all at once. The trucks are important for our locomotives, and we got to take care of them. So this is just one way to save a headache. And I will admit the steamers are more labor intensive because of all the moving point joints. You got binding, you got misalignment, you got all kinds of stuff that can cause problems. You could have everything lined up in a row and still have something off, or it's where it should be, but it's still off, and you're like a micrometer difference from where you should be, and it just puts a crank in the whole thing. So they're a little more tricky to work on, especially when you're new to them, like myself. But I do have the, I believe it's the challenge. I have the Challenger, and the Big Boy, both in scale from Bly. Wait, no. The Challenger is from Athearn, and the Big Boy is from Bly, because it's a Paragon 4, and I have the Athearn Challenger. And then I have two brand new this year's releases of the SD70 Ace. At some point I'll be able to show those off. Hopefully sometime next year. That's my goal. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful evening, and or rest of your day, depending on when you're seeing this video. If you like these videos, please push the like button and the little bell, and you'll get notified of any videos I post. So you take care, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.